sorry I'm late. I am 3 minutes late. I wasn't paying attention. I was sitting right here with my phone ready to go live. I just wasn't paying any attention. Hello, Andrew. You were here first. You absolutely were here first. Thank you so much. Thank you, Andrew. That's good. I love it. And I was 3 whole minutes late. And I was sitting right here. Because I always sit here for about 30 minutes and kind of talk to myself. Okay. I see. Hello, Shirley. Hello, sweetheart. Did you notice that I was 3 minutes late? Oh, Lord. Because I was just getting ready to tell Andrew that I always sit here for about 30 minutes and kind of, get my head together. Because I get my setup done early. There's Shelly Belly. Hello, sweetheart. You noticed it, didn't you? And Andrew was the first one here, Shelly. He pointed that, made sure that the record showed. He was the first one here. See, it's not necessarily good to be like that because I do sit here and kind of get myself ready, go over my little notes and make notes so that I don't forget anything. Yeah, we do, Andrew. We do have it in writing that you were the first one here. Hi, Angel Fire and Mama Stacy and Patrick Black. Thank you. And Sandra. Thank you so much. And, but I'm usually sitting right here, and when it says 7:29, then I click the live because it takes it just a few seconds to come up. And I was sitting here actually talking to myself and wasn't paying attention to the time. And I have an alarm set for 5, which is when I start getting ready to do my promo. I have one set for 6:15. I have one set for 6:30, but I don't have one set for 7:30. Yeah, I know, Shirley. That's what now. I will defend my time zone by saying that's why I make a big point of emphasizing Eastern Standard Time. Because hi, silly girl. That should be my name. Hi, Noxie and George Rourke. Thank you. And Andrew, thank you for sending me likes. Hi, Deborah. And for any of you who saw the promo, you know that we are going to have a special guest. And I got a message from him just before, I don't know, it's probably about 20 after 7. And he said he will, hi, Laugh, love, Lisa. Hello, sweetheart. Love you. Thank you for coming. And anyway, he said he will probably be just a little bit late, which is, that's fine. We're here for an hour or two. We're good. Is this a live where you get to hear me sing? It's funny that you say that because you are going to get to hear me sing because today is my Aunt Iva's 70th birthday. And I'm going to sing happy birthday to my Aunt Iva. So you will get to hear me sing, Andrew. Oh, I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I got through May. And I'm not going to go into much about that. I will tell you there's one of my videos that will tell you probably why May is such a bad month for me. But May is not my favorite time. And even though my birthday and Mother's Day and all of that are, and my granddaughter's birthday, two of my granddaughter's birthday actually, is in May. But my least favorite month, and it's always a rough one for me. And I swear the month of May seems like it was 6 months long. I can't describe it. Hi, Only Live Once. I like that name. And Giovanni. And that one I couldn't get. Hi, Tall G. Thank you for joining us. There's my buddy. There's our special guest. Now you guys know who it is. And Shelly, he does say hi, Mama. Okay, Tom, let me do the thing here. Oh, Zach, is Zach here? Okay. Well, Tom, I gotta find you on this list. And I don't know how to search. Let me see if I can figure out a way to search. I see suggested. I gotta find you, Tom. Let me see if I can figure out how to do that. Tom, do you know how to request to be a guest? They also call it a host, I think. I don't know why. Okay, let me see if I can do it this way. Tom, I don't know if I'm going to be able to. Diane is the only one that does this with me. And she always sends me a request. Let's see. Tom, do you know how to do that, sweetheart? To set, it's, you click on the two. No, I'm clicking on the wrong one anyway. There we go. I got it, Tom. I'm sending you an invite right now. Okay. You were invited. Now all you got to do is accept it. I got it. There you go. Well, there he is. Now
I'm
you
on.
guys know who the special guest is. It's my
Hello.
dear friend, Gypsy Redneck. His name is Tom Lewis, for you guys who don't know him.
So
Sweetie,
I did want to tell you something in person.
you wanted to tell me You wanted to tell me something in person. Let me
Yes, I
turn
mean,
my volume up, sweetie. I can't hear you. Okay.
may well, I know I've been off of here for a little while. I've had a lot going on, and I did see your comment when I announced my food truck. I saw your comment about me and Gypsy Gena. I wish that I could tell you that we were going to be parked side by side. I really could do. It's just not something we can do right now.
Yeah.
But I have been working on the food cart and everything. And I figured for right now, why not just share one? Hi.
Oh my God. Oh my God. I am so happy. You two have made
Surprise.
me so happy.
Hi,
I
Mama.
love you both so much. Oh my
She's been
God.
here.
Oh my God. No,
She's been here for
I
like
don't do
10
that.
minutes.
If Zach
I've
is
only
here and
been
he
here like
sees
5
me
minutes.
crying, he will be upset because he tries to invoke that. Oh my God. Oh my God. That never even
Surprise!
crossed my mind. That did not even cross my
I
mind. I
I
can't
know
believe it.
I know I've been misleading
Because you
you
guys
all
were
day.
live.
Sorry.
That's why it crossed my mind. Live. Both
Some
of you.
things are worth it. Some things
He
are
told
worth
me
it.
to.
Oh, okay. You put her up to lying. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I
If it,
figured that
we
was
didn't lie
how that
exactly.
went. What, Gina? I
We
couldn't
didn't lie
hear you.
exactly.
You didn't. You're right. You did not. But I'm gonna have the same discussion with you that I had with my Aunt Iva. You lied by omission.
we we wanted you to be the first. We wanted you
I'm
to be the
getting
first to know.
close. I can't hear you, Tom.
So we wanted you to be the first to know.
Oh, I'm so happy. Thank you
If
so
it,
much.
if it wasn't for you, we wouldn't be here.
No. Thank
I
you.
I don't know if that's true, but I
I think
appreciate
we both
I
know I'm too
appreciate.
stubborn. I think we both
Yeah,
know I'm too stubborn to do it without your help.
I
yeah.
was scared, so thank you.
I was trying to strike the fear of God into him, Gina. Are
Anyways, we just wanted to come on for a few minutes. She's only been here for like 5 minutes, so we want to go spend some time together.
you kidding me?
No,
I
five
get the
minutes.
first 5 minutes.
I asked him about that.
Yeah, I get the first 5 minutes.
But now we got to go make up for 6 months of being apart.
Yes, you do that, sweetheart, and I love you both so much, and I am
We
so
love you.
happy for
Love
you.
you.
I am so happy. Love you, and
Love
send
you.
Love
do
you.
videos and send me pictures.
Oh,
Oh
we're going
yes.
to.
And that I'm gonna cut this out and turn it into a TikTok. You do know that.
Awesome.
I love you guys, and you're
We love
right.
you.
I
We
don't
love
know
you.
who's happier. I think I might be happier than you two are. I
Well,
We're
doubt
both
it.
we're both
No,
we're
you
both
don't think
shaking
so.
right now. We're both shaking right now.
Love you so much, and for anybody who, if you guys will stay for just a minute, for anybody who's here who doesn't know Gypsy Redneck and Gypsy Gina, um, they are two of my TikTok children, and love them so dearly. And Tom texted me today and asked me if he could come on. And you know what? I thought you were going to announce the opening of the Gypsy Smoke
Yep.
Barbecue.
Hey, in my
Never
defense,
even crossed my mind.
in my defense, I did post a TikTok with the song "Eastbound and Down" with me loading boxes,
Oh, did you really? Well,
just
see,
to drop a hint to you, and you never
well,
saw
I
it.
didn't see, but you know why? Because I haven't been on I haven't been watching many videos on TikTok for the last few weeks. If I'd have seen that, I would have known.
I've been dropping hints.
I love you guys, but
We
love
love you.
you.
they met on TikTok. They are a TikTok couple. He lived, I'm going to say the states. Tom lived all the way in Oregon, and Gina is in Virginia, and now they are together.
In Oregon.
In Oregon. I drove
Oh,
here.
oh! You moved to Oregon?
I
No,
drove
we're
here.
Oh,
driving
okay.
back
You're
next
We're
week.
driving back
okay.
next week.
I got you.
Yeah, he's coming home with me.
Oh my God! Oh
I'm
my
the stray
God!
puppy.
I love you guys so much. I love you, but I will let you go. I'm not going to take up any more of the time.
We
I
just
love
wanted
you.
you to be the first to know.
Thank you. Thank you so
We
much.
love you.
And I will
Have a
see
good
you.
night.
I will see you soon. I will
Okay.
see
Oh yeah.
you soon after you get back to Virginia. You let me know when I can come see you. It'll be like when Zoe was born, and Zach said, "Now, Mom, you can come, but I need you to wait until I tell you to come."
Well, we're going to have a busy week when we get back because we'll have a week to get set up for
Well,
the grand opening.
I can't. I didn't tell you guys that, but Alexis is taking me. Well, she's not taking me. Sort of to what is it, Shelley? Punta Cana, the Dominican Republic. I'm going there with them for a week in July, so
Oh, nice.
I'll have to
Awesome.
cover for a month from that probably. I love you guys.
Love
We
you.
love you.
Love you, and text me when you get there so I'll know that you're safely home.
We will.
Bye. And
Bye, guys.
Bye.
bye. You guys have to close it out, I think. I don't know. Diane, do you want to come in the box now? Oh my God. That unbelievable. Oh my God. Do you want? I know how to send an invite now, Diane. I just learned how to do that because I never have to send an invite. You always do it. I'm sending an invite now. Now I had to figure out how to do that. Oh my God. Oh, can you believe that? Oh my God.
That's nice. That's so sweet. And here we are at the Love Talk. Make your
Oh,
love connection on Gracie.
I did not. Those two accused me of matchmaking, and I'm telling you, I did not do any matchmaking. I learned my lesson about that a long time ago. Brad, I did matchmaking, and it rarely went well because
Nice.
the people, they were right for each other. They just didn't know it. But I knew it. And I guarantee you, both of the people that I did matchmaking with, I guarantee you they would both be better off if they were with the person I put them with. Guarantee you is true. But anyway,
Nice.
it was one of Brad's and my best friends that I matchmaked. I did the matchmaking with, and it didn't work out. And he was heartbroken. And here he is calling Brad at 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning,
Oh, jeez.
all upset. And Brad said, "There will be no more matchmaking, good, bad, or indifferent. I don't want to spend another 2 hours on the phone at 1 o'clock in the morning because of you doing that."
Yep, I can't say I disagree with him. That was probably a good call. Bye, Stephen. Hi, Smurfette.
Hi, Bama, Florida girl. Hi, bye, Stephen. Bye, Stephen. Thank you for coming, and I'm sorry. I'm all proclaimed. What's the word? Diane, you say it
But
for me.
feeling a little verklempt.
Yeah.
You're a little
I
choked up.
can't do the right accent. Hi, Jay. Hi, Jay. Thank you. There's Mr. Barry Spears. Lots of love to you, Barry. I absolutely love that video of you. He did a video from his work, playing the music. It was so great. He had words on his guitar that said "what I'm doing," and then there were the words on a mop bucket, "what I'm supposed to be doing."
Nice.
Great. I loved
Oh,
it.
Cafe Bella Beans in Staten Island. I was
Oh
raised on
wow!
Staten Island.
Oh wow! Do you know
What?
them? Hi, Carol Pitts and Smurfette. I see you. And hi, there's Dan, Trucker 30 years, Brad's friend. Remember him? We haven't seen him for a
Yep.
long time.
Everybody's on here. Yeah,
I
I
had a
think.
second there, Dan. I couldn't remember your name. Thank you, Mr. Barry Spears Music, for coming, and thank you for making such great music that I love using as my background music because it's instrumental for one thing.
You're a lot better with the names than I am. Cafe Bella Beans. I think they're on Forest Avenue in
Hi,
Staten Island.
Katie.
Correct me if
Hi,
I'm wrong.
Katie. Hi, Katie. Good to see you, sweetheart. I'm still all.
Yeah, Shelly's on here. Smurfette's
I
on
saw
here.
Shelly. I talked to Shelly before Tom showed up because Tom
Okay.
told me he was going to be a few minutes late.
And I looked for your live at 7:30, and it didn't say that you were
Oh,
on.
here we go. Here we go. I know, Diane. I was 3 minutes late. I was 3 minutes late.
Oh, all right. I was just worried that you weren't showing up in the lives, but you were there.
I
Just a
was.
little late.
I told Shirley that because Shirley said the same thing, and so did Shelley. And I said, well, that is one disadvantage of always because I do. And I said this to them. I sit here about 7 o'clock. I sit down here and I start kind of getting myself together. And now the setup I do earlier because, I do that promo. And I usually do it about 6 o'clock. And anyway, I sit here and talk to myself and go over my notes and write notes. And I was just sitting here talking to myself, and I looked up and it said 7:32, and I'm like, oh my gosh!
You were
And
over preparing.
and I always, well, I wasn't paying. I zoned out, and I was actually, Thank you, Smurfette, thank you for welcoming people in. I appreciate that so much. And hey, Smurfette and Shelly, will you guys do me a favor and watch for my friend? It's Junior C4, I think, because he's here every week. I don't know if he's like watching from outside, but I told him to comment this week because I haven't seen him for the last few weeks and he's been here.
All right, we'll keep an eye out.
Barry, did you do? Oh, I'm fault, Barry. I just follow Mr. Barry Spears music. I just followed you from my alternate account because you popped up on here, and I'm not following you on that account because how I do my setup is I have one phone with one account up here, and then I have the other one here so I can read comments on it because I don't really like the phone right. I don't like it to be right in my face. But anyway, I'm doing fine, Dan. I'm doing fine. I've been missing our buddy Brad. He hasn't been here that much, but
No.
anyway, I'm still just so happy. But I was talking about the matchmaking, and I did not matchmake those two. They were already matched. They just didn't know it. And I may have helped them to see that.
Oh, you introduced them to the idea of being
I
together.
can't I'd have to go back through messages but yeah. And I
Yeah, Brad's MIA all over
he
the place, I
is
guess.
MIA. He is MIA. He was sick. I know that. Remember, he told us he was sick, right?
Yeah. Well,
And
that's
what
why I
is going
wasn't
on
here.
with what
Yeah,
is
I
my
wasn't here
brain
last week.
doing?
I wasn't here last week because I had a terrible case of the gout, and
Oh,
being in pain makes me very cranky.
yeah. I had that one
Oh,
time,
I
and
get it.
it
I
was
used to get it 2 to 3 times a year.
my uncle. My uncle my uncle Walter gets it quite. He used to, not so much anymore, because now he knows what causes it. But
Yeah, well, I don't do any of the things that cause it normally,
well,
so
I
I don't
know
know
some
what
people.
brings
Some
it up.
people get it. Some people get it anyway, and he kind of does too. But I'll tell you what caused it for me. It was around tomato harvest time. And there's not much I love more than homegrown tomatoes. And I had been eating so many tomatoes.
Really?
I mean,
Tomatoes are bad for the gout?
Yes, the
Oh,
lipids that are in tomatoes are really bad. And my toes started hurting.
that's where it starts
And it
usually.
was like, what is going on? It feels like my toe is going to break off.
Yeah.
And it was a little swollen. And then I think my Aunt Iva said, "You've got gout. You've been eating all those tomatoes," because they know that causes it. Because he doesn't eat a whole lot of tomatoes because of that. Hello. Ooh, I can't say that name.
Oh, the dehydrate one?
Oluwa.
Oh,
Say that for me, Diane.
Oluwaremzi.
All over. I can't make my mouth move like that. I'm so sorry. That's I can't say things.
Tongue
How
twister?
yeah, how we there's words I can't say. Hi, Prince Gilbert and Leah Collins. Thank you guys for joining us. And before I forget, I'm gonna. And has anybody seen Zach Black yet? I haven't
Haven't
seen
seen
him.
either one of the Zacks.
No, my Zach. I threatened him. In fact, actually, I got a text from him, and I didn't really do it intentionally, but I saw how the promo that I posted could be misinterpreted. I
Uh-oh.
did see how it could, especially, um, and I can't say much about why, but for my kids, Zach sent me a text that said, "TikTok it up." I said, "What?" And then he sent me a voice message of it, a little voice recording of "TikTok it up." He meant
That's
give it up.
that's going to be his new tagline. TikTok it up.
He was like, give up the goods. I want to know what you're talking about in that video. And
That's
um
funny.
and I said, "It's not what you think." He said, "Okay." And I said, "It's not a boyfriend." And he said, "Well, I know that." And I said, "Excuse me?" And he said, "I know you." I said, "What?"
Well,
I said,
things
"What is that supposed to mean?" And he said, "Nobody's good enough."
things can change, though. You never know.
I said, "That's not true. That's just what happens to people when they live alone too long."
Tell me about it.
Oh
Oh,
my
yes.
God. Hello. Hello, Carol Pitts. Hello, sweetheart. Oh, I'm messed up on the comments. Or I'm not even seeing all the people that Smurfette is welcoming in because I'm not paying any attention to them. Hi, Betty. Hi, Ryan. Hi, Cinepig. Xenaroni. Oh, I like that a lot. Xenaroni. And Crazy
I,
Ladybug. Yeah,
I like the one from before. Yeah, Crazy Ladybug is a cute name, but I like there was
that's
a
a really
Pawpaw.
cute name. Hi,
There was
Cameron
somebody.
Jackson and John Carnies. Thank you. I beat you too, John Carnies, Smurfette. But what I have to do, and I don't know if Andrew is still here because when he got here, and if I got stuff smeared all down my face, I can't see.
No, you look fine.
Up with the glasses. Um, I'm glad Zach wasn't here. My Zach. He would
Pawpaw,
not have liked that.
Pawpaw Jones. That's the name I liked from before.
Oh yeah, I like that too.
Pawpaw, Pawpaw Jones. That's cute.
Hi, Marky. I see that. I see that, Smurfette. But
She's doing a
anyway,
good job.
Andrew asked me if this was the night that he was going to hear me sing, and I said, "Well, as a matter of fact, I am going to sing Happy Birthday because today is my Aunt Iva." There he is, I think. Didn't I just see
Yep.
Junior pop in?
JRC4. He's
Hi,
there.
Junior. Hi, sweetheart. You missed all the excitement. You missed all the excitement. I'm gonna clip that part of the live out and make a TikTok out of it, so you'll get to see it.
Yep, there's a love
That
connection.
was the most wonderful thing. I can think.
Hey, JR. Now, did they get engaged, or were they already engaged, or?
Sorry. No, that well, I don't know anything about that. we hadn't discussed that. I was getting a phone call, and now I know what's going to happen after that stupid phone call. My sound is going to be screwed up on my replay when I'll have to play with
Yep.
it to post it to fix that. But anyway, that's all right. No, that's okay, Junior. That's okay. You're just in time because I have to, or you should have waited just a few minutes longer to miss out on this rare treat. I'm getting ready to sing happy birthday to my Aunt Iva because it is her 70 blah 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 birthday. And so if you guys want to sing with me, Diane, do you want to sing with me?
Oh, no, I don't think anybody wants that. When I sing, dogs howl.
Well, the window's closed, so no cats and dogs can come through the window. So I love you, Iva. Not that she's on my TikTok live, but she's not a TikToker. But I love you and happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Iva. Happy
Yay.
birthday to you. I love you so
Yay.
much. Love you so much.
The crowd goes wild for Iva. Yay.
Yay, it's over.
You'll have to take a snippet of that and send it to her also.
Yeah, I will. I'll clip it out and send it to her because I asked her on the phone today. I said, "Do you want me to sing happy birthday to you?" And she said, "No, that's all right." Because my grandsons always, whatever I say, do you still want me to sing happy birthday to you? And they're like, yeah, sing happy birthday. So I sing happy birthday on the phone. Hello, Becky. Hello, sweetheart.
Hey,
But
BB
Junior,
Wildcat.
I'm going to tell a story about you.
Uh-oh.
That's one of my things that I have written down, actually. I did Iva's birthday. My friend Junior, he was very nice to me on a very bad day for me. And I was trying to kind of occupy myself. And anyway, so I asked him what his favorite song was. And I told him I would do that song for him. And that would take up, and plus it would take up more time because I had to learn the lyrics to the song. And it was, How Do I Live Without You? The Trisha Yearwood version. And you know the words to that song, How Do I Live Without? Well, I did that video, and I don't see that person here, Junior, so we're safe. I did that video, and here was my other plan for that particular day. I stayed up as long as I could. I wanted to stay. I didn't go to sleep at all. I hadn't been asleep since when I got up the day before, and I wanted to stay up as long as I can. I mean, it was already morning. I mean, it was like 7, 8 o'clock in the morning, and I wanted to stay up as long as I could, and then go to sleep, so I would sleep as much of the day away as I could, because it's not a good day. And so I made the video for him of that song, and then I messaged it to him, and it said "Just for You" with my little 2 leaves and the heart, you know, my little signature.
Mm-hmm.
Well, apparently there's more than one Junior that I'm friends with on TikTok.
Uh-oh.
And I said that it wouldn't have been so bad had he not picked such a song. I'm going to put this on you, Junior. Um, but anyway, I sent it to the wrong person. That song, How Can I Live Without You? Now there's somebody wondering why this strange woman can't live without them. And plus, it said just for you. And I'm going to tell, and what brought it to my attention is because I was talking to him or messaging with him, Junior, the next day. And I happened to notice that that video wasn't there where I had sent it to him. And that caught my attention. I'm like, I would swear I sent that to him. So I went back to look, with who we've interacted with in messages. And I saw this person's name that I don't remember ever seeing before, because keep in mind, when you're friends with 10,000 people, you're not going to know all those people.
That's true.
And so I saw that I had interacted with this person whose name was also Junior. And I looked and I was like, oh my God. How embarrassing. That man probably thinks that I'm a lunatic. And so I told Junior, I said I couldn't type fast enough. And I was typing, I am so sorry I sent this to you by mistake. I hope you were not offended. Junior and I were dying laughing about it.
Well, maybe it made his day. Maybe he thinks he has a secret admirer now.
Well, he
You
messaged me
never know.
back and said that he was not offended. But anyway, it was just, that was really embarrassing. And I said, I'm so glad that it was somebody that was a nice person.
Yeah.
I know, Junior. I kept, Junior said he was laughing because he was picturing the look on my face when I saw that, because I was like, I was absolutely mortified. And I don't know why that should be all that embarrassing, but if you hadn't picked that daggone song, I wouldn't have been sending that to random strangers.
Yeah, well, at least you didn't sing like "Pour Some Sugar on Me" or something like that.
Oh my God, I have done that song.
I know.
That was the song that I did that I thought was so racy that I couldn't post it. And everybody else was like, that isn't even a bit racy. And I'm like, that's pretty racy. That is a pretty racy song.
Not on TikTok. Hi,
So
Mr.
anyway.
Bitsy. I've
So
seen a couple of
anyway.
my peeps pop in. Mitzi
Oh,
Bitsy is one of mine.
hi,
Hi.
Bitsy Bitsy. Hi,
And
Bitsy
PA
Bitsy.
at the Rock Show.
Oh, I
Hello to
didn't see
you.
them. Hi, Sergio. Isn't that one of your friends too? I
Not that
don't
I
know.
know of. No,
Is Sean? I haven't seen Sean
I
either.
didn't see Sean.
And hi, King Saul. Hi, King Saul. Thank you
I
for
think
joining
so.
us. I'm doing just fine. Thank you. Laughing,
Sean might be tuckered out. He's been doing a lot of videos lately. He doesn't do too
laughing my
many.
full head off at my own foolishness. But I told Junior, I said, I'm going to tell this story on my live, and what the lesson that you need to take from it, if you're going to be messaging people on TikTok after not sleeping for about 36 hours, at least put on your reading glasses, because I know that's how that happened.
Well, I have so many friends whose like first three letters are the same that every time I want to tag somebody in it, I really have to pay attention and make sure that it's the right person because so many people have such similar names.
Yeah, I know. It's true. And there's apparently more than one Junior.
I'm sure there's a lot of juniors on here.
My brother is a junior. I have a cousin who is, a couple of cousins actually, who are juniors. Hi, Tony Carr. Thank you for sending likes, Diane. I just saw we are at 2.3 thousand likes.
Yes, we
That's a
are.
lot. That's a lot of likes going on here. Hi, Mama Beth. Thank you for joining us. And so I told the story about Junior's favorite song.
The junior mix-up.
and the two juniors. And I was going to make sure I didn't see that person here because I didn't want them to know that we were laughing about them.
The tale of two juniors.
And I saw, oh yeah, and I was going to tell you, what was it that one of my videos that you commented something on because it was something that I had said here, and I cannot for the life of me remember what it was, and it was brilliant, and I was dying laughing. I cannot remember what it was.
Was it recent?
It was a couple of weeks ago. It was a couple of weeks ago, and you weren't here last week, so I didn't get to mention it. And guess what? I threw away the other day all of these that I had, so I could have found it probably. Hello, Duke. Oh, Duke Keb Ballman.
Duke B. Ball.
Oh, there's Daisy Lou Who. Hi, Daisy Lou Who. We haven't seen you for a while. And hi, Raisin Lover, or something like that. Hi.
Yeah, Raisin Lover.
Hi.
You got that one right.
Hi, Duke. Or Duke Keb, I'm not sure. Hi, Tommy Jones. I'm doing just fine, sweetheart. Hello, Daisy Lou. And what else was I going to say? But anyway, and the fighter eyes thing, I replied to your comment on there. I love that when they showed up yellow, because I thought, yeah, it would not be the other.
Yeah, if you're a fighter or a lover. Nah, we kind of figured it would be fighter.
Yeah, I'm not really a lover. Hi, Alfonso. Hello there. And I did do the song Heart of Gold, and I was wearing this shirt.
I like that song.
I do
Dukey,
too.
we're doing all right.
What?
Mr. B-Ball Man. Duke's asking how we're doing. I say we're doing pretty good.
Hi, Big Paul. Hi, Big Paul. I'm not going to confuse Big Paul with Big Al or Big John. Oh, you weren't here last week, Diane.
But I have
before when I made the mistake, though.
Yes, we have had a whole lot of.
Is that my Carter? Is that my Carter? Hi, Carter.
Yes, it is your Carter.
Hello, sweetheart. Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming. I see that now. I see your picture. I couldn't see your picture before. But Carter is I told you guys that he won his first national tournament.
For wrestling.
And Carter, you know what? My friend who was the WWF wrestler, he was here earlier. That was my friend that came on tonight. Was my friend who I think he only wrestled like 1 or 2 matches in the WWF, but so what?
He got his 5 minutes of fame.
Yeah, that's right. It's more than anybody else I know has wrestled in the WWF.
Yeah, I know a couple of
your nephew is a wrestler. My grandson Carter is a wrestler, and so is Carter is gonna be 10 this month. And his older brother, who's 16, is also a wrestler. I should say a champion wrestler. Oh, hi, official country boy. Hi, sweetheart. Oh, he is. That's great. Yeah, Carter wrestles on a national dual team. That's what he does, Duke. Hi, hard-headed Herbert. What a great name. Are you kidding me? Big Al! Big Al is here.
There you go.
Big Al, you should have heard the stories about you because I don't know that you've heard that, but there was somebody that came on here named Big John, and I started talking about what a great singer he was and was calling him Big Al. Oh my God. That was embarrassing. But anyway, Big Al is here. And I was telling Diane about your version of The Last Kiss, and we were singing that song on here. But Festi Village, no, Festival. I can't get the rest of it. It's awful.
Festiva
Festival.
leche.
Festivalete. Got it. Thank you, Diane. I'm glad that you can pronounce words.
Yeah.
Hi,
I
Hank
usually
MC. Hi, Hank. Thank you for joining us.
I usually try to figure out where the words end, and that helps me to pronounce them.
Oh,
Like if it's festo or festiva, or like
hi,
sometimes people.
Theodora. Shelly or Smurfette, Ram Jam, and Smurfette. If you do it, you know mute block, right? Yeah, I said Ram Jam. Thank you,
Yep.
Smurfette.
And Hank said hello.
Hello there, Hank. Thank you so much, and thank you for all the support on my videos. I think you're one of my biggest supporters. Hi, Laura. Hi, Laura. Yes, you will see me in Orlando in a month, Carter. Diane doesn't know about this yet.
No, I don't.
I am
What's
going with Alexis and Michael and my 3 grandsons, Carter and Peyton and Landon. I am flying from here and meeting up with them in Orlando, and then we are going to Punta Cana, because I
Punta
got my
Cana?
Dominican friend to teach me how to say it. Punta Cana
No,
for a week.
it
That's
is
how he
Punta.
said it, and he's
It,
Dominican.
it's Punta Cana.
He said, I'm pretty sure he said Punta Cana. We're just going to see about this because I have a recording of it. I asked him to send me a recording of him saying it.
I've been there. It's very nice.
Yeah, Alexis and Michael went there last year. Remember when Carter and Zoe stayed with me? They stayed with me for a week where is that message? Here it is.
The only thing I have to say is bring lots of bug spray.
Thank you so much, Delbert. Wrong message.
Hey, Gracie, I'll call you like at home. Sorry, like I'm driving.
That's not it. That's when.
And my friend had to take care of my friend.
That's when I accidentally.
Yeah, I hear you. Like I don't know.
Okay.
Thank you. Me too. I just.
Never mind. I don't have it queued up, and I'm not playing every voicemail to find it.
But
We're just gonna see about this. I'm pretty sure he said Punta Cana.
he might have said it, but he's probably the only person
What
I've
is
ever
going
heard say it
on?
that way.
Oh, I see. It's because this is way
It's still
down.
playing.
It's still the volume was still turned up, and it's
But
behind. It's way
yeah, he's
behind.
the only person I've ever heard say it that way, because everybody I've ever heard say it says Punta
And
Cana.
I'm probably misremembering it because Punta Cana. No. Punta Cana.
Yes.
Punta Cana.
Yes.
I do think you're right. I do think that's how he said it.
Yeah. Yeah. I've been there. Brush up on your Spanish if you know anything.
That's right. And Laura. And Laura is going too.
Very
Laura
nice.
is kind of Laura is Michael and Alexis's adopted daughter who's 18 or 19 years old. And she was like 18 when she came to live with them. Or 17. She was a teenager when she came to live with them.
Almost an adult.
Yeah. And she got her own place now. She has her own place.
Uh-huh. How long
Hi,
are you going to
Michael
be?
Richardson. And what is that? Build, oh, Bulldog.
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 And Scotland. That's right, Carter. I forgot all about Laura going. I completely forgot that.
How long
See
are you
ya,
going to
Hank.
be? How long are you going to be in Orlando for?
Laying over there for, I don't know. I didn't look at the thing, but we're laying over there for a little while. So, aren't you in Orlando?
No, I'm
Oh,
only about an hour away though.
oh, okay.
I'm pretty close.
Now, when we come back, Carter's trying to tell me how to say it here. A 9-year-old knows how to talk better than his 61-year-old grandma.
Yeah, it's Punta Cana.
Yeah. Old Teddy Bear 5. Hi there. I like that name. Um,
Mm-mm-mm.
the other thing, we already had the special guest. And I was going to mention the Sound of Silence video that I did with my friend Junior. And I was going to tell people that was his concept. He created that video where he came out of the darkness. Did you see that one, Diane?
I'm not
It's
sure
the
if I
sound
saw
of
that one.
it's a sound of silence, but it's a duet with a woman and a man singing. And he created the video where he had it pitch black, and then he comes
Hmm.
out of the blackness, out of
I
the
don't know.
darkness,
I'll
and
have to go in and watch and look for it.
so he's the one that created that concept, and then I just took it and turned it into what I turned it into. But I didn't do very many videos because I just wasn't feeling it. I only, in the last month, I think I've done, let's see, one, two. I think I've only done 2 actual videos until I did that Heart of Gold today. Now I've done duets. I've done duets with people, that I could,
Hmm.
most of them I could record laying in bed. But
Bye,
other than
Smurfette.
that, okay. Bye, Smurfette. Thank you so much. Thank you for coming, sweetheart. I appreciate it so much, even though I haven't been to your live in 2 weeks now.
Mm-mm-mm.
That's terrible. And we made Zach Black a moderator last week, and I haven't been to his lives either. Love you, Smurfette. Love you so much. I will do better in June, I promise. And I do plan to do my live from Punta Cana. Punta Cana.
Good. Very nice. Yeah,
I
just
will do.
bring plenty of bug spray. That's
Where
all I
is
have to
my
say.
Zach? Your Uncle Zach's name is ZACH, Carter. ZACK is our other Zach. But yeah, I
Yeah.
knew Zach wasn't gonna, even though I was giving him a hard time about it because my Uncle Walter was having problems with his truck, and Zach was on his way home from work, and he was going to meet my Uncle Walter, and I said, "You tell Walter that you got to go to my live. His truck can wait." Because every time my uncle wants me to order something for him on Amazon or something, he always calls and said, "Are you doing a TikTok?"
Well, yes,
Like
yes, I am.
that. I said, well, last time he did that, I said, "No, actually, I'm making your butter because I had made 10 pounds of butter." But
Oh my goodness.
that's what I was going to say. Now, my Aunt Iva, they milked the cow. I didn't milk the cow and do all that. They did that, and then she had it to the point where it was butter. But the hardest job is because you have to rinse and rinse and rinse till you get all the milk out of it. Otherwise, the milk will sour and the butter won't keep. And then you got to get the water back out of the butter. And I can tell you, my hands are like butter from being in that butter for 2 days.
Yep, the fats are good for your skin. Oh, Carter says you can't do your live in Punta Cana because there's no Wi-Fi.
There's no Wi-Fi. Why didn't Alexis tell me this before I agreed to go? There's no Wi-Fi in the hotel? What?
Maybe not
Oh,
because
yes, there is. Because remember, Mommy FaceTimed us. Remember last year we FaceTimed? When you and Zoe were here, Mommy and Daddy FaceTimed us, so they must have Wi-Fi.
he says
You don't have to have Wi-Fi to do that. They could have used cellular data.
he says you have to pay for it.
Oh, okay. Well, tell Mommy to do that. Tell Mommy to pay for the Wi-Fi.
Right. Well, you could make videos there and just
Oh,
put
yeah.
them in your drafts.
Well, I can make them and post them because I have data.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you don't need Wi-Fi for that.
And I did my live one time without Wi-Fi. I used the data because we have unlimited data.
Yeah, you could do either or. But yeah, it's
Hello, Jarena. Hello, and BK Broiler. I'm not keeping up with people popping in. Why do old people do that? What, Shelley? Why do old people do what?
I think she
Make
means.
butter?
I think she means what your uncle said. Are you doing the TikTok?
Are you making another TikTok? Oh, he always says, you stay up all night on that TikTok because, I sleep till noon. And I don't know what, see, city people don't think anything about that, but country people, if you sleep past daylight, they think you're bohemian or something.
Well, they wouldn't like me because I rarely get up before noon.
Yeah, I don't. I stay up all hours of the night and I get up whenever I take a notion to.
Yep.
Except for, see, we were waiting to get in a graduation and an old lady asked if we were texting each other. Did you say no? We're TikToking each other.
Making one of them there
And what would be the age of this woman that you're calling an old? I guarantee you she's probably younger than me.
You and me both.
Oh, listen to Carter. He's all excited. There's Diane. There's a bowling alley and an arcade games in the hotel. My God, I can't wait.
Yeah, most of the hotels are like small towns because
that's
you
how
can't really leave. Like they're usually all inclusive because you can't just wander around.
That's exactly how it is. It's all inclusive. Everything is all in.
Yeah, it's a very poor country, and you can't just wander around because it's dangerous.
We're also going on a boat.
On a boat, yeah, going fast, yeah.
She was like 80. She was my Aunt Mildred's age. I'm glad she wasn't like 60.
Seriously.
Hi, Patricia. Hi, Buckeye 68. Well, people do laugh whenever they say, "Oh, you're on TikTok." Aren't you a little old for that?
They can say whatever they want. Who cares?
Yeah, I don't care.
I don't. TJ Shelley doesn't want to go outside the country.
I do want to go to Asheville too. I have never been to Asheville, Shelley.
Where's Asheville?
In Diane would love Asheville. Do you know Asheville, North Carolina, Diane?
Oh, North Carolina. I've been in North Carolina, but not Asheville.
There's a city called Asheville that is a huge artisan city. A lot of glass blowers and
oh, I like that.
And jewelry makers and people like that. We had a lot of customers for our lapidary line. in Asheville, and yeah, it's a mecca of that for that for
That I would
all.
like.
Yeah, you would love Asheville. I've never been there. I've never been there. I just know about it from our customers, and
Yeah, I
I've
think
always
I've
wanted to
driven.
go there. I don't even
I
know
think I've
exactly
driven
where
through it.
murals all over. Shelley is
Mm.
saying too, Diane.
Yeah, I think I've driven through it, but I never stopped in it. 'Cause I
And
went to.
I may have been through it too.
Yeah,
Hey Shelley,
I was in.
have you ever seen that mural that's in Cynthiana, Kentucky? The Walking Dead mural? Because Cynthiana, Kentucky is where The Walking Dead is mostly filmed, and it's where the creators are from. And the whole city's got a big, huge mural, and they have a Walking Dead um, festival there every year. They have a parade, and people are dressed like the zombies and
Oh,
everything.
geez.
Zach took a picture of the mural, but look up if you haven't seen that, Shelley. Look up. Oh, Biltmore Castle. Yes, I have heard of Biltmore Castle too. I have heard of that. Hi, Liz
Since
420. Oh, you always have your dogs, so you haven't gotten to go in there yet, Shirley. That's what Shelley was saying. She hasn't gotten to go into the castle because they always have their dogs.
yeah, yeah, I
Don't
spent
they
two
have,
weeks
Shelley,
in.
at hotels? I know at some hotels they have like dog sitting services at the hotels. Some of them, or like a kennel. Hi, Liz.
That has to be a
Hi,
very,
Linda. Hi, Linda Love. Thank you for
for,
joining us, sweetheart.
very forward
Yeah,
thinking
I got you,
hotel.
Shelley. I got you. I understand. You
Yeah,
do have
most
to get
hotels
somebody
still.
you trust. Oh, Liz
Hi,
420
Liz.
saying hi, Di.
Hey, Liz.
Yeah, I understand. We used to have a lady that lived by us that, I mean, she did dog sitting. That's who we would leave them with. And a couple of times that we had to leave them, like when my mom had open heart surgery and we had to leave them, we left them at the vet. That was not a good option.
No, because they always are
They just
uncomfortable at the
stuck them in
vet
a
and they
cage,
cry.
and I'm sure
Yeah, and they
they,
just leave them in there.
yeah, Shelly's a helicopter. Shelly's a helicopter parent, a helicopter dog mom.
Yeah, not me.
Your in
Right.
laws are the only ones. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, when I had a dog, my brother would watch him because he lived next door, so that was kind of
yeah.
easy.
Well, when I'm gone, I've already hired Zoe to have Zach bring her over here a couple of times that week to take care of Minky and Betty White.
Yeah, when my brother comes to visit me in November, I already found somebody to watch his animals because he's got a dog, a cat, and 5 birds.
Lord have mercy. That's like the zoo.
Oh, it really is. And those birds never shut up.
You
5 of them.
know,
5 of them.
these because there's three out there right now because I have my neighbor XT's Cookie in Winter because she's in Texas, and I sent a text to one of my friends and said XT is in TX. I realized what I wrote. I said that's kind of funny.
Yeah,
But
my
anyway, I have Winter and Cookie are out there, and Minky has no use for them because she doesn't even know that she is a bird, and she's got no interest in other birds. She does not like them, does not want anything to do with them. And one of them, Cookie, is very antisocial too, but Winter, yeah, she wants to be friends, and Minky's not having any part of it.
yeah, well,
And
my
I could,
brother.
while I'm gone, I could get XT to keep Minky, but I don't want to ask her to keep my mouse. And I have the white mouse named Betty White, and I don't want to ask her to keep her. So, and Zach won't let. Well, Zach won't let the bird come to the house because he doesn't like that. Um, but I wouldn't want her to take the mouse home because I can see that going awry, and then there being a mouse loose in their house. Although I forgot to tell Zach I was sorry because their cat got hit by a car
Oh,
and did
poor
not
thing.
survive, and they love that cat. And I'm sure Zach was upset.
Yeah, well, I wanted to make sure that my brother would be able to come and visit me in November, so I pre-ordered his dog sitter as one of
Oh,
my
thank
friends.
you, Jerome Dixon. I don't know which story you liked because this is so far behind. I have no idea what story I just told. Tattooed Pisces.
Pisces.
Tattooed. No.
Tattooed
Tattooed Pisces.
Pisces.
Thank you, Diane.
No problem.
I can't. I can't ever figure out the personalized plates that people do either. You know.
Yeah, because you have to spell everything so differently because
Yeah.
everybody, has the same
Yeah.
name. So you have to be kind of clever with how you
Yeah.
spell it.
I do remember a few of them. I remember one of the funny ones was an anesthesiologist whose license plate said gas passer.
Nice.
And a dentist whose license plate said smile. I liked that one. And actually there was two of them. There was a dentist and there was a photographer that had license plates that said smile, and then one of them had something else.
Yeah, they can't both have the same.
I remember them actually having a conversation because um, the one, I think it was actually the photographer that had just smile, the word smile,
Mm.
and the dentist had to spell it differently or something. And I think they actually saw each other's cars at the dealership, and he's like, "You're the one that took my license plate." But anyway, we are at 2,600 likes now. Boy, you guys have been burning up the screen there. I thought Gabby would probably be here, Carter. Carter's probably gone by now. I thought Gabby would probably be here because she liked um, my promo. I saw where she liked that. And Zach liked one of my videos, Diane.
Wow, excuse me. Now you're getting into the big
Yeah.
time.
High praise indeed. He liked the Sound of Silence video.
Yeah, I have to check that one out.
He does like that song. No. And Junior he set me up good with that one. Because they do that. Oh, and I did do a duet. I did the song Wonder by Natalie Merchant, and I never thought about it till after I did the song and I was listening to it, and I thought I have a little experience with that where it says doctors come from distant cities. I can't remember the words now. Doctors come from distant cities just to see me, and yeah, and there's no and they have no explanation. Yeah, I'm very familiar with that. I was thinking that after I was listening to it, after I sang it, I thought I have some experience with that. They come from all over, and none of them have a clue.
Yeah, well,
Hi, Damien. Hi.
everything gets blamed on my diabetes, so then they just everything.
Yeah,
Oh, it's diabetes. Oh, because diabetes. Oh, it's diabetes. Yeah,
yeah,
everything can't be because of that.
yeah. That's what happens with me. It's everything is because of my heart.
Yep.
I don't think so. It might have something. Some of my problems stem from me having 2.5 times more intestine than a normal person has. That causes some issues. I can tell you that.
That is very strange,
It
Grace.
is, isn't it? And it actually does cause a little bit of issue with my heart because my intestines come all the way up to here.
Yeah, just shoving everything else out of the way.
And somebody said, you can imagine what somebody said. So you truly are full of.
Tell them no, you only have extra upper intestine.
You're right. You're right. Because that is what I have extra of, not the colon.
Yep,
I don't have extra colon.
upper.
Hi, Zeb Damien. But it does cause me a little bit of issue.
I imagine it would.
Yeah. I think it takes a little over a month for food to go through my system.
Wow. And I would imagine it makes it hard for you to breathe sometimes too, because it's got to be
Oh,
pushing on your diaphragm.
Diane, actually my diaphragm is off kilter because of it. It's a
Hmm,
little off kilter.
that makes sense.
But I can't. It's why I can't overeat. It's why I can't eat gassy foods
Mm,
because that's up in here. And it is very, very uncomfortable. It actually, if I overeat, like if I get my stomach too full, and it's not because my stomach's too full and has anything to do with your intestines, because my stomach's too full, then all that intestine is like pressing on it, and I can't keep food down if I do
mm.
that. It's really bad.
And give you a bad acid reflux too,
Uh-huh.
because it's kind of squeezing it up.
Yeah. And I don't have any problem with like heartburn or anything like that as long as I stay away from sugar. As long as I stay away from the sugar, I don't get heartburn. But if I eat sugar, I'm going to have some heartburn.
I'm surprised the tomatoes don't give you the heartburn.
Oh, they do.
Ah,
I don't eat, but nothing gives me heartburn as bad as sugar.
really?
Not even dairy products.
Hmm.
Like dairy causes me problems, but sugar, like if I'm eating chocolate or candy or cake or
Mm,
sweets like that, that will give me heartburn worse than any even spicy food will.
really?
And I don't know why that's true, but it's true for me.
I don't know. Oh, now I have hiccups. They're driving me crazy.
I'm looking at this and looking at my hair. It is quite a fright.
You're just
I don't
extra.
know what is going on with that,
You're
actually.
just extra fluffy tonight.
And it's not raining here or anything. Well, I pulled it up, and it's been up like that since 6 o'clock, so it's kind of gone haywire, I guess. And I thought that I found the right technique because I was washing my hair and braiding it, and I told you when I do that it takes 3 days to dry.
Yeah.
And so and plus it was making it a little too wavy, so it was like too big. So
Wild.
what I did this time is I let my hair dry and then I braided it and left it in for a day, without it being wet. That actually worked better. It didn't look as big before. Now it looks a little big now, but that's all right. It'll calm back down. Black and green and white and blue. Oh, here's what I was going to ask you, Diane, since you've traveled, and
Okay.
I haven't asked Alexis because they travel a lot, but what do you do about your prescriptions?
Well, you need to bring everything with you because you're not going to get any kind of medication there.
Right.
So tell your doctor that you'll be out of the country and you'll need, a certain couple of weeks worth or whatever amount of your medication because,
Well, I get it. I have 90 days at a time.
yeah, then
Not
you'll be
for all
fine.
of it, but the ones that I don't, I have stocked up.
Yeah, because you do not want to go to the hospital in the Dominican Republic, nor do you
Exactly.
want to go to a doctor. So just bring your medication with you, and make sure you bring it in the prescription
I
bottles so
got,
that if
yes,
you get stopped
I
at
figured
customs,
that. I
yeah,
figured
they'll
that
ask
would
you
be
what they are.
right. So I won't even put them in I can take my pill organizer with me because I have
Yeah,
to have them in the pill organizer or
yeah,
I'll never remember to take them.
yeah, but
Um,
bring them in the pill container so that they can see that they are what they say they are.
got it. Got it.
They're very strict with drugs in the Dominican Republic.
I got it. So that's what I'll do with that. And then huh. And I thought about, um, because I want those in what I'm going to try to do is pack the suitcase that I know I can carry on.
Hmm.
And, but I'm going to put my prescriptions in my purse
Yeah, you
so that I have
always
them.
keep your medication with you
Yeah, I will.
when you
I
fly.
will do that.
Yeah, I never let my medication out of my eyesight because you don't know what's going to happen to you. Just put clothes and shoes and sandals and bathing suits and whatnot in your regular bag,
Yeah.
and keep your medication and all your forms of ID and your passport and all that stuff in your purse.
The last time I flew was it's probably when I went to, well, it was when I went to Colorado Springs. That was probably about 8, 9 years ago. That was the last time I've been anywhere
Yeah, I used
I
to.
mean, that I had to fly to.
Yeah, I used to fly all over the place all the
Yeah,
time. I
me
used
too.
to
For work.
go outside the country all the time. I've been to Singapore and Aruba and Bermuda, the Bahamas, St. Croix,
I've
all the
never
beachy
been to the
places.
Bahamas and those places like that.
Yeah, I like the beachy places, and it's very hot in the Dominican Republic. Very hot. So bring cotton clothing, something light, because not very many places are air conditioned either.
Oh, why is this information that I was not given
I
previously?
don't know.
Because I would have said, but you know what? I know I can acclimate to the heat because I lived for 3 weeks with no AC and I acclimated, remember?
There you
Because
go.
if you said that to me before I went through that, I would have said, there's no way. I can't
Mm.
live like that. That will be the most miserable experience of my life. But I know now that it won't be because I acclimated just fine.
Yeah, in the big hotels they have air conditioning, but like the restaurants and if you go on day trips and stuff, like the buses don't have air conditioning. They don't even have windows. The buses are
Oh,
usually,
now you're making me think bugs.
oh,
Oh,
there's bugs.
what about my oils? My essential oils? What about them? How's that going to go through?
As long as they're labeled as what they are,
Okay. Okay.
they should be fine
Because
because
I will
they
definitely
may
need
or
the tea tree oil for the bugs.
yeah, they may or may not confiscate them on the way on your coming home, but going there you should be fine.
Okay. But as long as
But
I have them when I'm there, I'll take small bottles. I'll buy a couple of small bottles because usually I buy the big 4 ounce ones. I'll buy a couple of small ones to take with
yeah,
me.
take the little ones because they only let you have like 2.5 ounces or 3 ounces
Perfect.
now to travel.
I think they're 1.8 ounces. I think,
Yeah, that's fine.
or they
Bring
may be.
that because you will need bug spray or tea tree oil, whatever you
Oh
put on
yeah,
yourself to keep the
Shirley.
bugs
Yeah,
away.
they finally put the new unit in. I think about 2 weeks ago because they had to order the new indoor unit and a new outdoor unit, and it took them a while to get it. But yeah, they finally. Well, the big delay too was because it took them a week and a half to get here in the first place.
Mm.
That was part of the delay, and then they ordered the unit, and that took another week and a half to get here.
Jeez.
So I was without AC for 3 weeks, and it was
Oh no. Mm-mm.
It was
They
pretty
have
hot.
that under control here in Florida because they know you can't live without the AC. My air conditioner went, and the next day I had a new one.
Yeah, see, I would have thought, but remember, I wasn't going to stay here. I was going to go down to Lake Cumberland and stay at my Aunt Mildred's until they got it fixed. But then I
Mm.
got sick and I couldn't do that because I didn't want to carry whatever I had to her. That's why I ended up having to stay here in the heat because I didn't want to go to somebody else's house
Yeah,
and me sick. That wouldn't be very nice.
no, no, it would not. People like when
Because
you bring them gifts.
When Carter brought it to me, he didn't have any symptoms yet.
Mm-mm. Yeah, people like gifts, but not those kind of gifts.
Yeah, that one lasted for quite a while. Oh, I was going to show Carter that I don't think he's still here. I was going to show him that I'm still wearing the bracelet him and Peyton got for me.
Mm-mm.
And my bracelet, I had a pink bracelet that I've had on for a couple of years that I wore for my Aunt Carol. She was a breast cancer survivor and she passed away. It'll be 2 years ago this Christmas. I mean, it was December 27th is when she died. And,
Sorry for that.
yeah, but she had been cancer free for probably 15, 20 years.
Oh,
And
that's a pretty good remission.
yep, she had a heart attack actually. And she was 75 and she was still working.
Wow.
Yeah, she was still working. She was actually she got engaged to get married on Christmas. She got her engagement ring she was going to remarry. My Uncle Jay passed away about 6 years ago and got engaged on Christmas and got her engagement ring and
No,
then
that's
she
sad.
passed away 2 days later. We're so sad.
Oh,
That was a big
Pandora.
part. That's
Nice.
part of why. Oh, I'll show you mine. Um, well, okay. Can you see it? And this one says grandma on it. And then this
Oh.
one has this little tree. And then it's got a feather somewhere. Where's that? There's the little feather. Well, crap. See the little feather right there?
That's cute. Is that a Alex and Annie or whatever kind of bracelet?
I don't know what the name is. It's a XOXO. It's got XOXO on the other side of grandma. No, it's Earth Angel.
Okay.
That's the brand because I remember it being on the box because it's got a little poem and everything with it.
Mm-hmm.
Earth Angel. Oh, hi, Carter. Carter, look, I was just showing everybody my bracelet that you and Peyton got for me for Mother's Day and my birthday. Or actually, I think they got it for my birthday because my birthday and Mother's Day are sometimes on the same day. So I was showing off my bracelet, Carter. See, now I can see it here.
There you go. You got a little bit of a time delay so you can see it.
Yeah. But anyway, well, we are at 8:56 and we had
Yep.
an exciting night.
Yes, we did.
Oh,
Made a
did I
love.
show off my Roomba? No, I did not show off my Roomba. My Roomba is over there. But I have been using my Roomba. That's what Alexis got me. The Roomba and a new top, which I have not worn yet because it's a little warm.
Mm. And
And
now the
it's
summer
got
is
like
here.
a leopard, like a faded out leopard print on it. It's really cute.
I love animal print anything.
Yeah, Alexis does too. I have some animal print things that I like. I
Mhm.
have those tops that have those bands around the sleeves that are
Yeah.
animal print. I think I gave Alexis one of those, as a matter of fact.
Is it working? Is your Roomba working?
Yeah, it works. It works great. Now, I got out the vacuum cleaner because I dumped a whole dish of bird seed in the kitchen floor, or the
Oh,
because I
geez.
have a carpet. I mean, I have a oriental carpet in my kitchen even because I have them everywhere. And anyway, um, I got the vacuum cleaner out because I didn't want to have it pick up because that little thing that you got to empty that every time. And I didn't want it sucking up all that bird seed. So I just got the regular vacuum cleaner out. But yeah, it works really great actually. And I have a Dyson vacuum cleaner that's 22 years old
I
because
love my Dyson.
Brad bought it whenever he was no longer able to work and he stayed at home. We agreed that he was going to do the housework because he did the yard work and I did the housework, and I don't let anybody touch the laundry. I'm the only person that's doing laundry. Two of my uncles had dry cleaners. We're in the dry cleaning business, and I worked in their dry cleaners. Plus, I was like that before I ever worked at their dry cleaners. When I was in high school, even though I wore sometimes patched jeans, my jeans, no matter how patched and raggedy they were, because that was the thing when I was in high school too, they always were starched with a crease. I always starched and ironed my clothes. I probably got that from my dad. Being in the military, that's probably where I got it from.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah. So I don't let anybody else do the laundry. And but he said, if I'm going to be the one responsible for the housework, then I want the right tools. I want the best tools. So he went and bought himself that Dyson vacuum cleaner.
Yeah, I love my Dyson.
Yeah, I do too. I've had it. It's 22 years old, Diane. It still sucked the carpet right off the floor.
Yep.
And the only
Yeah, I
thing
had
I do need a new hose. I've taped up the hose because the hose has
cracked.
gotten old and cracked, and so
Right.
I put tape on it. But I
When
do
I
get a
when
new
I
one.
moved, I couldn't take my big Dyson, so I gave that to one of my friends. She still has it. She still uses it all the time. And then I got one of the stick ones, the rechargeable ones,
Yeah.
and
What do you
that
think of
thing,
that?
it's fantastic.
Really?
And it has no
Because I've
wire.
had those things before and I was not impressed.
Well, the Dyson is good. It has no wires, so you don't have to worry about getting caught on the furniture or knocking stuff over with the stupid cord or anything else. You just zip along and go wherever you got to go. Goes under the furniture, it goes around everything.
Well,
It's
and that
fantastic.
that Dyson vacuum cleaner, that cord would reach from here to my Aunt Jackie's and back, I think. And that wrapping that cord back up is a major task.
Yep.
And
Yep.
but I like it because I plug it in here and I can run the vacuum cleaner through the whole house.
Yep.
And
That's what I would do when in my
and
old house.
I do love it. And they're even I'm gonna go get something and show to you really quick. You'll appreciate it.
The host will be right back.
Look at this, Diane.
Oh, it's just a little baby.
It's a toy
It's
Dyson
adorable.
vacuum cleaner. It's Zion's.
That thing is adorable.
That's one of Zion's jobs when he comes here is he runs the vacuum cleaner. And he can't run that isn't a real vacuum cleaner.
It's so cute.
He runs the dust buster because the real vacuum cleaner is still too heavy for him, but I found that and I got that for him because that's his job.
It's adorable.
He strips the beds and he strips the beds and he runs the vacuum cleaner. That's been
Oh,
his
that's
job
good.
since he was like 4.
That's good. Teach him how to do chores, so when he grows up, he's
I
not at a total loss.
when they come stay here, that's how, because he likes to help. And so I always have, if he's, which they don't stay with me very often, especially not anymore now that he's in school. But before he was in school, hi, Brenda. Before he was in school, if Whitney had an appointment or something, but now, then I would keep him. But if he was going to stay with me, I had jobs lined up for him. I'd have him strip my beds, and I'd have him run the vacuum cleaner, and he knows he made brownie bites one day. He made cupcakes one day. And
That's cute.
he,
It's good for them to learn how to do chores, though, because it makes them understand what has to go on in a household.
well, Zoe does the mopping and the vacuuming. She does the dishes. She has a bunch of chores at their house that she does to earn money because she
Good.
does like the money.
Oh yeah, they all like the money. They
Yeah,
just
they
don't
do.
like working for it.
But she doesn't mind a bit, and I'm going to hire her here pretty soon to, because it's about once a year, all of the books have to come off the shelf and get dusted,
Mm,
and the shelves dusted. And I
that's a
will
big
say,
job.
I will give you an idea of books here. I am not hoarding books. I am building a library.
I had a library in my old house, but
That's
then
always been
when it
my
came to moving the
excuse.
books, I said I can't take them all with me. They were too heavy and they cost so much to
I
ship.
When I moved from the house, I we had just uh, created a library at Abrasive where Shelley and I worked. We had created a library there, and I thought I think I can donate 10 books. So I went through the books and picked out 10. Well, once I picked out 10, I realized I could pick out 10 more and 10 more. And so probably a couple of those big shelves, Shelley, of books that used to be when that library was first started came from my house because so I got rid of those, and then I sold a bunch at half price books. I know exactly how many I took when I moved from the house to the condo. Those um, those boxes of
Copy paper.
reams of paper,
Yeah.
that they sell like at Office Max. They sell to you
Hmm.
for 50 cents a piece. That printer paper comes in. I had 14 of those full of books. And the
And
reason I put them in that size box is
because they
because
were
I could
heavy.
lift it.
Yeah, they're
That's why I
awfully
had them in
heavy.
those smaller boxes, because I could lift them.
Yeah. All my
And
books are hardcover.
yeah,
So they
I don't
were
care I don't really care. Only books that I have that are soft cover are books that I
Hi
wanted
Sean.
to read, and the only way I could get them was soft cover.
Yeah,
That, that's the
all my
only books that I have that are soft cover. And there's quite a few of them
I
that
would
I
think
have that the hardcover, because I didn't buy it when it first came out, or it
yeah.
was an older book, and but a lot of my newer books, the reading copy is, because I like my first editions, and I don't necessarily like to hold them and read it, get my fingerprints all over them.
Yeah.
So
Break the binding.
a lot of times I'll either have the Kindle version too, or the iBook version, or I'll have a reading copy. And
Yeah, I have
there's Sean the rapper and Joe from Massachusetts. Hi, Joe. Hi, sweetheart. And oh,
Shaka
what
Show.
Shaka show. Who is
Yeah,
this?
I probably had over 400 books in my old house before I
Lone
moved.
Zabratsky. You know what? I have no idea what the number of books. I've never counted them. I have absolutely no idea. But I have probably about 25% of what I once had
Yeah,
because
I had to.
I mostly pared it down. I pared it down because a lot of my books are 18th and I collect antique books. So I kept those, of course, and then I pared down my other books to like my first editions or my signed books, and then pared down the others to the ones that because most of my books are nonfiction, and a lot of them are business books and
Mm,
those kind of books, and so I pared those down to the essentials.
yeah,
So
well,
I
I
don't have any of the because I used to have a bunch of biographies like of movie
mm,
stars and people like that, all kinds of books like that. A lot of you know books that were trendy, and stuff
mm,
like that I had. Yeah, all of that is most of it's at the Abrasive Tech Library.
mm. Yeah, I collect certain authors.
Yeah,
So I have first editions of all of Stephen King's books
I
in the
have two of
hardcover.
those, but I was never. I was not. I like the movies better than I like his books.
Oh, the movies are terrible compared to the books.
But I like what it is I like about him because I'm not going to say I don't like his writing because that's not true. I do like his writing, but I get annoyed because he's a putter inner. He puts everything in which you would think that I would like.
He's very detail oriented.
Exactly. And you think that I would like that, but it annoys me. And my friend used to get on to me. She's like, you call him a putter inner and you don't like him. What about, because I love Nathaniel Hawthorne, and those are kind of the writers that I like. And she's like, Hawthorne is the biggest putter inner. And I'm like, yeah, but I like what he puts in better.
Yeah.
You
It all
know,
depends on,
and
their
I know you're
style.
right about the movies are not particularly well done because he
Mm-mm.
says they're not. And after The Shining, though, remember when Kubrick did The Shining, and he was furious with what Kubrick did with that.
Oh yeah,
And
because
so after that, he did not sign the right of having some say in it away. So the ones after The Shining should be closer to the books, and I have read several of his books. I've just never gotten all the way through one because and I love it, but after I get so far in it, I always remember why I don't like to read his books.
yeah.
And
Well, he
I'll be
lives.
like, got it. Now I remember why I don't like to read his books. But I do. What I love the way he tells a story, and I love the stories that he tells.
Yeah.
There's always, he has got a sense of justice that is very much like my own. Like, in the movie Dolores Claiborne, or
Hmm.
there's a sense of justice that he has that, like the movie, even Misery
Yep.
and Needful Things and all of those stories.
Yep. Oh,
He's,
Joe says he met Stephen King.
who did?
I would love to meet Stephen King. Joe
Oh, I
from
would too. I
Massachusetts.
would absolutely love to meet him.
Yeah, because Stephen King lives in Massachusetts.
Yes, yes. Have you ever met Damien Echols? Because Damien Echols moved to Salem, Massachusetts. Do you know who Damien Echols is? Damien Echols was one of the West Memphis Three. the 3 young boys that were put in prison for 20 years for murdering 3 little boys in West Memphis, Arkansas. And they were convicted because, well, of course they did it. Look at them. They look like weirdos, and they
Mm-mm.
listened to heavy
No.
metal music. And it was back in the time, whenever they had that, every murder was caused by satanic cults. And they called it satanic panic that was going on at that time. And there were people that went around to police departments and taught them about it. Well, that's why the 3 of them, the youngest was 15 and Damien Echols was 18. And he was the most interesting. He was the most interesting of the 3. And when I saw the first documentary, it was called Paradise Lost. And it was done on PBS. And when I saw that documentary, I was so furious because it was HBO. I apologize. That was actually done on HBO. I don't know why I said PBS. But the HBO documentary crew went down there as soon as they heard about it, as soon as it happened. So they followed the whole thing through in that documentary and the trial. And there were actually 3 of those movies and about the West Memphis 3. And then there was another one done that was getting ready to be released when they got out on an Alford plea. That's how they finally got, how they actually got out is because the judge that, they had originally would not grant them another trial or anything else, regardless of how much evidence that was found later. And because most likely one of the little boys' stepfather is the one that killed them. And because there was DNA evidence that linked him in a way that he should not have been linked. But anyway, right before that movie was to be released, they decided to take an Alford plea because, number one, they were not going to be able to get out, and Damien Echols was getting very, very sick. He was losing his eyesight. He was having because he was on death row. So because he got the death penalty and he was on death row, and they were going to put him to death. They were getting real close to it. And so rather than wait, but one of the things that they did, and it was actually really smart because there were a lot of people like Eddie Vedder and a lot of people that were backing them and supporting them. And so what they did is they raised all this money. They had a big concert, with Pearl Jam and all of those bands of the 90s. They had a big concert and raised all this money. And they used a big part of that money to throw into that judge's campaign for congressman or state representative or something to get him off that bench. Because if that judge is no longer on that bench, they knew they could probably get a new trial. So that was actually really smart to put the money into getting him a better job.
Yeah, right. Getting him
So
out of there.
that's actually what they did. And then a new prosecutor came in, and he decided, because if they exonerated them, then it was going to cost the state a whole bunch of money, because they would end up suing them and getting millions of dollars for being imprisoned all that time wrongfully. And because they knew they didn't do it.
Yeah, I never heard of that story.
And anyway, so he decided what would work best, wouldn't cost the state millions of dollars, is to offer them an Alford plea, where they plead guilty, but they maintain their innocence. And one of the boys did not want to do that. he did not want to do that. He said, "No, I didn't stay in here all this time to plead guilty. I have not stayed in here all this time," because he could, any one of them, the other two could have gotten out on probation, but you don't get parole if you don't go in there and confess to what you do and say you're sorry.
Mm.
And they wouldn't do that.
Because they
Neither one
didn't
of
do
them
it.
would do that. And so anyway, and one of the boys was offered a 10-year prison sentence in return for testifying against the other two, and he wouldn't do that. And so the other two got life in prison. They were 15 and 16. And anyway, they ended up getting out, but they've still not been exonerated.
That's a
But
shame.
anyway, Damien Echols wrote books. He wrote a book while he was in prison. Then he wrote a book when he got out of prison, and then he wrote, him and his wife that he married while he was in prison wrote another book. And he's actually a really good writer, and he's a big fan of Stephen King.
Mm-hmm.
And so
Mr.
he
King.
kind of writes a little like Stephen King.
Mm.
He's got a style very similar to Stephen King. But anyway, when he got out, him and his wife moved to Salem, Massachusetts.
Okay, I was wrong. Stephen King does not live in Massachusetts. He lives in
He lives
Maine.
in Maine. I was
I
getting
knew
ready to
it
say,
was.
I was just getting ready to say,
I knew it was
wait
one
a
of the
minute.
M's.
That is so funny because when I looked back at my screen, I was getting ready to say, wait a minute.
I knew it was one of them, and I'm trying to think of all the towns' names and Derry and this and that, and I'm like, that's not
Derry
Massachusetts.
and
And then it came, and then when Joe said it's Maine, I was
what's
like,
the
oh, yep.
island in Storm of the Century? I can't think of the name of the island.
Oh yeah, I don't remember. I have every single one of those books, though. I have every book he ever wrote,
That
and those I
that's
would not part with.
that is a very incredible collection.
Yeah,
That
those
is
I would
great.
not part with. So I took all of them with me, and a smattering of some other authors. I like Joseph Kellerman. I like um, Dean Koontz is a very good writer. I enjoy his books a lot. I brought a lot of his books with me. And John Sanford, I love his books.
I see. I don't the fiction writer that I am most familiar with, and now watch me, John, and watch me not know his name. I hate this. He's
John
the one.
Grisham.
I will tell you, he is the one that wrote Cider House Rules. He wrote A Prayer for Owen Meany. John Shelley, will you look up who wrote Cider House Rules for me? That is about one of the only because I don't really read nonfiction, and and
Mm.
and Paul, I have another foreign word, Paulo Coelho. That's another writer that writes fiction. He's the one that wrote, which was not his best book. He's the one that wrote The Alchemist, that everybody read there for a
No,
while.
that's who
I want to be a sheep. I want to be a shepherd.
that's who I said, Shirley. I said John Grisham, but he
No, it's
wrote
not.
like
It's
court.
not John. It's not
It's
John
not him.
Grisham. It's not.
No, he wrote
Not
like
right.
court
Not the right one.
stories.
Hey,
Oh,
Zeke.
John Irving.
John Irving. Thank you. Yes.
Good job, Shelley.
Thank you, Shelley. That's it. See, I can't remember anything anymore, but I like nonfiction. One of my favorite, like modern, current writers is Richard Dawkins. He's a evolutionary biologist. He wrote The Selfish Gene was his, and that's what his books are about. The Selfish Gene, The Ancestor's Tale, The Blind Watchmaker, Unweaving the Rainbow, all of those. That's who I have all of their books. And a lot of them are first editions. He's probably my favorite writer and has been for quite a while. He also wrote The God Delusion. And I do also love one of my other favorite writers, and
Zach Black Music just chimed in.
Hi,
Hello.
Zach. Hi, Zach. Another one of my favorite writers. And I'm sitting here looking at my Damien Echols books that are over there. Because I do have I bought 4 signed books of his, but I wasn't there when he signed them. He was having a book signing in Tribeca, in a bookstore in Tribeca, New York. And I saw that on his webpage, and I thought, I wonder if I could call that bookstore ahead of time and buy those books and have them signed, and I did. And so they had them signed for me and shipped them to me. And that was, oh, thank you, Joe.
Yeah, one of the things, I don't have very many things on my bucket list, but one of the things on my bucket list is to meet Stephen King and to see his crazy house.
That would be cool. Now, see, my person like that, if I could meet any single living person, mine would be Dean Kamen. He's an inventor. He invented the Segway. But he's the Leonardo da Vinci of our time. He absolutely is. He invented, when he was 16 years old, you know that IV pump that you have your IV on when you're in the hospital? He invented that when he was 16 years old. He invented the portable kidney dialysis machine. He invented that. He's invented a lot of things like that.
Then why did he waste his brain power on the Segway? Because that has got to be the stupidest thing.
I will tell you why and here's what the code that he broke. Do you remember when they had maybe if you didn't watch Robot Wars or anything, you might not remember this. But they couldn't make a robot stand upright and walk. They couldn't do that. They had not broken the code of what would make it balance itself. Dean Kamen broke that code. It's done with a gyroscope. And if you notice now, they can have robots that actually are like humans and walk upright.
Yep.
Well, he first discovered that because he invented something called the iBot wheelchair. And it was a wheelchair that would fold itself down and you could go into a sitting position and it could also stand you up.
Yes, I remember that.
And it could go up and down stairs.
Yep.
Well, he actually took one of those up the stairs because Baxter Medical, I think's the company. It's one of the companies that agreed, that he sold his patents to, and they're the ones that manufactured it. But he has his own manufacturing company now too. But anyway, they wouldn't buy off on it because they were afraid it was just too dangerous. So he took one all the way to the top, all the steps, and all the way up to the top of the Eiffel Tower, and called them from there.
Oh, jeez.
And so they said they agreed that yes, okay, we will do this. And so each wheelchair was going to cost about $20,000. And he knew that most people can't pay that. He doesn't want a wheelchair that costs $20,000. So what he did, he took the same technology from the iBot wheelchair, the gyroscope, and he put it in that Segway and sells them for a huge profit because they're not as complex as the iBot wheelchair. And he sells those Segways and manufactures those Segways at Deca in New Jersey is where his company is, to offset so that they can sell the iBot wheelchairs for a more affordable price. Because what he does. And the Segway was actually while that was being invented, everybody knew that Dean Kamen had okay, everybody didn't know that. Geeks and nerds like me knew that. We were waiting for this new invention that had the potential to change the world and that cities would be built around. Because that was the intention of the Segway. That you would not see cars in New York City sitting on the sides of the street anymore because people would park their cars and take a Segway. And that was the plan. Well, the automotive industry and the oil companies in this country, that's never going to happen. There is not anything going to replace the automobile. Not in this country. But anyway,
I would never
that's
be
why
one.
he invented the Segway.
If he made them safer and you couldn't fall off, maybe I would ride one. But no, as they
They
stand right.
actually are pretty. I mean, it's not that easy to fall off of a Segway. It isn't.
I've
Because
seen
it
a lot of people.
balances you. Now, I
I've
don't
seen a lot of
know
people
if
take
you've
that.
actually been on one and that's why you think that, or if you're getting that because everybody thinks that. Because the news story that they ran was George Bush, too, falling off a Segway. That was the news story. Whenever they interviewed Dean Kamen, when they would interview him about things, he didn't want to talk about the Segway. What he actually wanted to talk about is this other thing that he invented that's about the size of a dishwasher that can not only purify water, but as it purifies the water, generate electricity. And you could buy one for about $400. So, and it was so that like every village in Africa could have one of these and not only purify their drinking water, but generate electricity and even generate enough electricity to maybe sell to their neighbors. But what he didn't know is there was this big, huge, multi-billion-dollar power plant that is still 20-something years later sitting idle in the desert in Africa because it wasn't about getting power to people. It was about paying companies to build the power plant. And like, what's the name of that company? I can't even think of it. The one that Dick Cheney was vice president of at one time. But anyway, no, they didn't want that. They didn't want that kind of solution to that problem. And they created a power plant that was supposed to generate electricity that nobody there could afford to pay for.
Yeah, well, everything revolves around money.
Anyway,
Hi, Mike.
so he kind of got a little. He got a little. Oh, Shelley has a Segway.
Yeah, you would catch me on one of those. And why does Stephen King drive you mental, Joe? That's so funny to say. Stephen King drives me mental.
Well, Stephen King has some very.
Oh, there's a lot of stuff that goes on in his head that you don't want to know about.
I know, but it's so brilliant. His stories are so absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, I love Stephen King, but
I absolutely love his stories.
I love him.
I would rather somebody tell them to me than me read them.
Oh no, I like to.
And keep in mind too, Diane, I don't read much fiction. I just that's not what I read.
Yeah, I like
I'm
fiction.
a geek.
I don't want to know about the real world.
I'm a geek.
The real world depresses me. I'd rather read fiction, nonfiction.
I don't read cool books. I think they're cool, but other people, like my coolest book, stay right here. Don't go away.
Oh, okay. Joe, I'm so jealous of you. I would love to meet Mr. King. I think he's amazing. He's an odd bird, but he's amazing.
This
I
is
mean,
my very favorite book, and if Zach Black is still here, he will appreciate this. And I know it's backwards.
the Red Book.
See what it is? Look at it. How big it is, and it weighs a ton.
It is
What
a
this
huge.
this is Carl Jung's manuscripts and diary, his journal. That when he died in 1961, that book was put in a vault, in a bank vault in Switzerland, because his family decided that they didn't want it out there because they were afraid it would discredit his theories.
Mm,
And for anybody who doesn't know who Carl Jung is, he is one of the fathers of modern psychology.
Apology, yeah.
And psychiatrists are either Freudians or they're Jungians. Well, that's Carl Jung. Well,
Yep.
anyway, so this book was locked away in a bank vault until I think it was about 2009. I'd have to open it up and look at the published date. But, now we can scan, and I have a few books that are like this. But see, they are scans, and I don't know if I've got it right side up or not. I can't tell. They are scans of the actual pages, and wait till I get to some of the more interesting ones, because a lot of the pages are just drawings. Let me see if I can find some of those. But see, there's the whole book is scans, and it's in German, of course. But if you flip the book over, see, look, and all of these are pages or the scans. It's made just like his book. When you get to the end of the book, the last part of the book is the English translation.
Hmm.
And so that is my favorite book. And I have the New York Times news story about the book before it was released.
All you're missing is actually Carl Jung.
The Holy Grail of the Unconscious. If anybody wants to read this article, you can look it up. It's the Holy Grail of the Unconscious, and it tells you the whole story about this book.
Hmm.
And so when I read that, guess where I went? Immediately to Amazon. And there was a pre-order, because that was kind of an expensive book. There was a pre-order that was, and I think it took me maybe a year or two to get it after
Wow.
I had ordered it. And I hoped, because they only made 500 of the first edition,
Mm-hmm.
and it was actually leather bound the same way his was, where this one is not leather bound. It's, a typical book binding with a dust jacket.
Yeah.
But there were 500 copies, the first 500. So whoever the first 500, and I'm sure not all 500 of those went to Amazon. You know what I mean? They went to books, and none of them may have gone to Amazon.
Hmm.
Because I ordered it pretty early. I mean, I'm not going to say I was the first 100 people or anything like that, but think about it. There weren't that many people that were buying that book.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's not something so popular that people
there
want to
were
get.
not that many people that were interested in that book. So but it still took about a year because they were only printing 500
Mm.
And I do know that because mine is the second edition. So I was one of the first 1,000 anyway.
Yeah, second printing. Shelley, is there actually a thing called Amish fiction?
Amish fiction?
Yeah, Shelley says she likes Amish fiction. Is that really a thing?
It you know what? There is Amish fiction. I'm sure there is. I don't know if do they oh my god, I can't believe I was going to do what I was just going to do.
Uh oh. Going back to the churning butter story, or
No, I was going to make fun of somebody.
I know there's Mormon fiction because there's a lot of Mormon fiction, but I didn't
Yeah.
know there was Amish fiction.
Is there really, Shelley? Because it sounds like something I would be really interested in reading. It really, seriously, I believe I would like that.
I had read things about the Amish mafia and all kinds of stuff like that, but that's
Oh, I didn't know there was an Amish mafia.
oh yeah.
Oh my, you know what? When I worked at the Mercedes dealership, we had a bunch of Amish customers. Now, what in the world were they doing buying Mercedes Benz? But they did. They bought the diesel Mercedes Benz. That's exactly what they bought.
Yep, and that's not something you use on a farm.
Nope. But, they get that because when you have a farm, you can buy diesel fuel without, there's no taxes on it,
Mm.
but it's got a red dye in it. And you're not supposed to use that diesel fuel in anything but farm vehicles.
Mm.
But nobody's siphoning the diesel fuel out of people's Mercedes Benz to make sure that it doesn't have red dye in it.
Shelley, we want to know if there's such a thing as Amish fiction. Like you said, you like Amish fiction. We didn't know that
Yes,
was
we
a
want
thing.
an example. I want an example of Amish fiction. Is Zach Black still here? I don't think he is.
Joe says no comment. And it's 9:40 p.m., lady.
Oh my gosh. This will
Oh,
take.
it is
Here's
such a
how I think of it now. If we go this far over, how long the replay is going to take to get up and how long it's going to take me to upload and do everything else to the replay.
it's going to be a while. Yeah, there are actually Amish fiction writers.
Okay, Wanda Brunstetter. Wanda Brunstetter and Beverly Lewis.
Hmm.
I've actually heard the name Beverly Lewis before, but I don't know where. I don't know that I've heard that name associated with a writer. That's brilliant, Shelley.
It's interesting to know. I didn't know there was such a thing.
I'm gonna be looking that up. I'm gonna look on Aid Books as soon as I get off of here and see. Wait. Let me do a screen capture. Because
The name.
I won't be able to see the. Okay, good. I got it.
Okay, so now you have the names.
Yes. So I guess we're going out of here before my hair gets any worse. What the heck? All I've been doing is sitting here on the sofa. How do I mess my hair up just sitting here?
It's getting wild.
We would listen to a book on tape at work and pass the tapes around. That's probably where I've heard of this before because it had a ring of familiarity. That's probably where I've heard of this before is from you guys doing that at work. Because what Shelley does, and I'm going to say this, I'm not going to say the company again, but and I don't know if this is still the same job that Shelley has. They actually sit there and make little dental tools, the diamond dental drills. Those are actually made by hand. And they sit there and they put diamond on them. and I'm not going to say anything about what else is done to them. But they sit there under a microscope and put diamond on little tiny dental tools. So when you guys go to the dentist and they're drilling on your teeth, my friend Shelley may have made one of those dental tools.
That is a very specific thing.
That's what she used to do. She used to make those little dental tools. And that's what I did too. She did what she did is called PBS. It's a different process. What I electroplated little bitty dental tools.
50 at a time.
Oh, she makes them 50 at a time. So they did them one at a time, and then they created something where they could do more of them at a time.
Yeah, she still does make them.
But they don't do them one at a time now. But they're still handmade. Every one of them is handmade.
Very specific.
Yep. And I think I counted one time the steps, Shelley, that the tools, not your tools, but the electroplated ones. By the time they were packaged and ready to ship, I counted, if I'm not mistaken, they were touched about 15 times by 15 different hands from start to finish to manufacture those dental tools. I'm talking each individual tool touched that many times. For the electroplated ones, not for the ones that she does. But anyway, we had some weird topics tonight. How did that happen? And we started out with a bang, that's for sure.
Yep, we started out with a love connection and ended up with dental tools in your mouth.
I love that so much, and I did think about. I was thinking about whenever I watched that and I was sending out that promo. I was thinking, I hope I didn't oversell this because I was so excited about it that when I watched that, when I was sending it, sharing it, I thought, oh, I may have oversold that a little bit. Well, especially if I get a text from Zach when he's driving home from work that said, TikTok it up.
Well, we actually might have gone full circle in a way, because if they get engaged, we started with a diamond and we ended with diamond.
With a diamond. Oh, I don't know their feelings on marriage, but I'm going to say those two will be together from now on. I'm not kidding. It is that kind of, it was meant to be.
Yep. I know another couple friends of mine that met on TikTok, and he just moved to Florida where she lives, and they're getting.
Another one too. Jay Simple Living and Trudy White. He moved from Tennessee to West Virginia. That's not as big a difference. Gena just drove 36 hours.
Oof.
She drove 36 hours.
Now that is
go there and help him move, and they'll have a 36-hour drive back.
Now that is a road trip. If you can survive 36 hours in a car with somebody, you deserve to be together.
Yeah. And mine's only 18 hours away, but I haven't driven there. And he hasn't driven here either. And that's what Zach thought. And it's the original one from,
the man.
Yeah. And so it will be coming up on 2 years, June 6th.
Oh my.
And still neither one of us have.
Still up in the air.
So I don't know what that means. Bye,
And
Shirley. I'm getting ready to do my sign off now. I'll do mine first, as I usually do. If I can get myself up here. My hands are so sore from making that butter, I can hardly move them.
I would imagine.
Okay, let me get my head straight. I don't know what I'm laughing about.
You're just looking at that hair.
I think you're right. Because I keep looking up there and I'm like, what the? Every time I look, it's like, what the who?
I can see it in your eyes. You're like, what's
Startling.
going on?
I know. It's like, what in the world? Like I always say, I want this to be your favorite TT show every Thursday night. So I'll see you next week, same time, same station. Hit it, Diane.
Okay, peeps, you know what to do. Be good, be kind. Always think of me inside the box. And I'll see you next week if all goes well. Bye bye. Bye, new friends and old friends.
Love y'all.